Na mbunge mwakilishi wa kaunti ya Nairobi ESTHER PASSARIS na BEATRICE ELACHI wa DAGORETTI kusini wamesema kwamba watawakilisha hoja katika bunge la kitaifa kupendekeza sheria ibuniwe ya kuadhibu wanaume ambao wanafanya biashara ya kuuza maji kwa kuwanyanyasa akina mama kwa kuwalazimisha kushiriki tendo la ndoa iwapo akina mama hao hawana pesa za kulipia maji. Wabunge hao wanataka sheria hiyo ianze kutumiwa na mahakama ya adhabu nchini almaarufu penal code.
Is when you are asked for sex in return for services that are essential, like water. All right. So women in Nairobi, when they go to the cartels or the vending stores that sell water, right, when they can't afford to pay the bill, the men actually demand sex. Now, this is not only criminal, we want to make this criminal, but we also feel that it is degrading. It is a sexual gender-based violence against women. It's not covered in our Sexual Offences Act. We want to make sure that it's entrenched in the penal code, and then we want to also take it into other statutes. Other statutes like agriculture. We saw what was happening in the tea farms, right? We saw what happens for sex for grades. We see what happens in sex for grades, fish, in the fish industry as well. We see there's sex. We've seen even in relationships where you're in a relationship with somebody and then the person blackmails you and wants sex, or they will release the pictures. We've also seen sextortion in sports. Right, a lot of young girls in sports. We had our Deputy Speaker Gladys Cholet with us at the retreat, and she also shared some horrifying stories about young girls.
And so we are saying yes in the penal code, but it has to cut across. It has to go into the Employment Act, into the Sexual Offences Act, into the Sports Act, into the Water Act, into any act that deals with employment, that deals with a service. We must ensure that amendment is there. So for us, even as we receive this petition, we are saying we have done the amendments that we want, and we are hoping the Speaker will allow us to table this petition in the afternoon, which will be done by ESTHER PASSARIS, and for us, we will just pick in to give in more views about it. Then from there, we shall request the amendments we want, and we shall give in also.
We've all heard of Jaboya, sex for fish. We've heard of sex for jobs. We recently had sex for a shot at sports, sex for tea, for grades, for pads, for you name it. It has literally permeated every layer of our society, and it needs to change and it needs to stop. The implications and the consequences are devastating on the victims and the survivors.